we've got a good question from Eilidh, who says, how do the good ship captains, that's us, navigate social media, namely Instagram? Do you have a strategy in scheduled time or days that you use the app for marketing, or do you consume and post willy-nilly?
I used to have strategies back in the days when strategies worked or were useful in any way. Not anymore. Willy-nilly now. That's my philosophy. Willy-nilly. Also, everybody's sad, fed up of Instagram, aren't they? But I'm also fed up of everybody being fed up of Instagram.
Yeah, it's like, we know Zuck Daddy, whatever you're calling him, is bad. I don't even want to consume content about how bad he is. I want videos of silly things.
I did find a good TikTok that taught me this week how to turn off all the advertising in Facebook, which is probably a bit naughty because we advertise on Facebook. But I think 98% of Facebook income is derived from ads. So there's a bunch of settings you can go into. And I think if you look it up on whichever platform you use, there'll be some smart young woman telling you how to do it. And I turned them all off and I was so proud of myself. Wow. It's like, no money for you, Zuckerberg. But I still can't get myself off Facebook. So there's I've actually got about 8 Facebook accounts.
Have you really? Why?
Well, because I run, starting from the smaller ones, I run the Greener Berwick account. I run the Berwick Creative Guild account.
It's all coming out now.
I may still be on the Lantau Buffalo account because over the years I've set up Facebook accounts for other people and I'm the only admin. And then I've got my Tanya Willis Illustrator account. Then I've got my personal political ranty account. And then there's the Good Ship one as well.
I don't follow all these versions of Tanya. I didn't know they all existed.
Yeah, I'm all sliced up into different sections. I think there's more than that. Those are the ones I can remember at the moment. But of course, being on Good Ship, we can't get rid of my own Facebook account because I'm admin. I did try a few of these things this week in a Zuckerberg rant, but then as many people say, actually now is probably a good time to be on it. Well, politically, if everyone disappeared, there'd be no discussion of what's going on in certain countries. But yeah, I'm willy-nilly and mostly Facebook.
I'm only on Facebook. Well, I left in a big flounce of I hate Facebook years ago. But then when we started Good Ship and we decided to put the private members groups on there. Private members groups? That sounds
private members
adult only.
They're not like that. It's a picture book question and illustration discussion.
Yeah, okay. Let's make it clear. The nice safe space for our illustrators. I joined again just so that I can be there. So the only interaction I have, actually I have another interaction with Facebook.
Oh, do you?
I confess it, yeah. So I look at the Good Ship stuff, but also reels of the King's Guards and when the horses bite people.
I think Cameron watches those as well.
I love them so much. The horses outside of, I guess it's outside Buckingham Palace or somewhere, I don't know. So there's all these soldiers on horseback and, soldier uniform, big sword, big hat.
Helen, what does this mean?
When people stand too near, the horses get grumpy and they bite them.
Oh my God.
If that's not what social media's for, I don't know.
I am obsessed. Yeah.
It's so random. It's like your TikTok fascination with the airlines and the strange.
The Scarlett Johansson cabin crew AI Jesus.
Yes.
Do that Google search. It's brilliant. The number of images on there is so brilliant.
You know what? I'm just thinking about Eilidh, who asked this question, hoping that we had a really in-depth strategy of how.
Let's get sensible again, Katie. So, in your frustration at some of the, Instagram, Facebook, have you joined any of the other?
Trigger her.
This gets me really annoyed. Well, not anybody specifically. It's not about you. Don't worry. But if people are like, "Oh, I'm going to one of the other things like BlueSky." I don't even know what they're called. This is how angry I am.
Me neither.
BlueSky or Nina or whatever. Cara, that's one. I knew it was a name.
Flash is a new one. Threads is doing an Instagram
called
Flash.
For all I know, yeah. I just feel like, okay, bye then. But
yeah.
I don't need to know. I don't need an announcement.
She doesn't say it like that.
I know,
she goes, "Oh, for God's sake,
just get off then." I just want videos of stupid stuff. Like, what are you doing in my? But no, I think I can understand why people are leaving. And I remember in my 20s being so I was agonizing about my use of social media and trying to do a social media detox, and I'm not going to use it. I'm leaving Instagram, and I would tell everyone, and then I'd be back a year later. I just spent so much energy on trying not to use it that now I don't care anymore. I'm like, I need to watch silly videos. I don't know.
I don't post anything for a month, and then I post 3 in one day, in a day where I'm very excited.
I just do what they do.
Yeah.
I try, the only way I can learn Instagram is see what Helen and Katie are doing and try and figure it out, because I really hated the bit where they say the strategy is you must post at the same time on the same days every week.
That used to be recommendation.
No.
I don't think it is now.
No.
And actually, when we started the Good Ship in March 2020, because we did a weekly live, we did Art Club, and we posted fairly regularly, that account did grow very well. I think now we've got 30-something thousand people following there, which is brilliant. But we don't do any strategy on purpose anymore. We'll post a reel to announce that we're doing Art Club, and then we'll go live to do Art Club, and we'll maybe post a couple of static grids or carousel posts to say when the course is launched or something interesting is happening. But we don't really...
We don't have a strategy. And on my own account, I don't. I did used to, back in the day when you could actually follow some advice about how to find other illustrators and things like that. I used to do it a lot, but...
The algorithms have just let everyone down.
I can't,
I did see a really interesting thing, because everybody was like announcing they're leaving whatever platforms, and I saw an interesting thing that I thought was quite interesting. I need better words. They were saying, like, you know, you need community more than ever in situations like this. And if you're abandoning your community, even if it is online, is that a good idea?
I do really like the chats I have with everybody, especially since we started the Good Ship. People message us all the time on our own accounts and Good Ship, and I've made proper friends in real life from those connections. I still love all that about it. I wouldn't leave. I really like stories as well. I really like how ephemeral it is. You can just take a picture, it's up, and then it's gone. You have chats with all the people who saw your story. I love all that.
Yeah, me too.
But yesterday I got told off by my teenager for posting a January roundup.
What?
She went,
I posted one too, is it not cool?
Mom, that is... Who does that?
Me. I did one. Well, my sister was laughing at me because I called it a photo dump, and then she sent me a poo emoji and said, dump. But like, yeah, for silly things like that, it is fun. And annoyingly, it is a way to socialise in the modern times.
But for work, do you think more of your work and clients for you, Katie, comes from YouTube or from Substack or Instagram, or none of those?
It's complicated. I think the traffic that social media sends to my website tells Google and its bots and spiders that are crawling, it tells the internet that my website has got something on it that people want to look at. And I do think that social media helps potential clients cross-reference my work and who I am, make sure I'm a real person, make sure I'm not just a random scammer.
So it gives you fluffy context, but the SEO is doing all the heavy lifting to get into their web.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you were starting out, it's definitely better to plough your energy into SEO, getting your website optimized and making sure that's working. And it's nice if you've got a social media channel, but I wouldn't put all your getting work eggs into that basket.
Yeah.
As a picture book maker, I think it is good to be putting your work on Instagram. So if you've got an Instagram account, don't fill it all with your food and your dog and everything. Sprinkle that about a little bit, but I would put up nice illustrations, sketches, behind the scenes, pens, that kind of thing. I don't think you have to have a big strategy about it, but publishers do go looking for picture book makers on Instagram. So just make sure that your feed is publisher friendly, like it has some nice drawings that might tempt them in, and then you've got a link to your website so they can follow up and see what your folio looks like. That's
such a good point, because the amount of times I've seen people not have a link on their Instagram. They go
That's
on,
crazy.
If you're listening to this, go on your profile now, or any social media, and make sure, go edit profile, make sure you've got your link to your website on there, or a link to your portfolio, even if your portfolio is a file on cloud storage or whatever.
And your actual name.
Because
the number of people who have done our courses and I really love their work, but I only know them by a made up Instagram name and I don't know their name. And if they had a book out, I might not know it's them because I only know their Instagram name. So I think it's really, really useful to have your name on your Instagram account.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, and if your name isn't... What would you do, though, if your name is quite ordinary and lots of people have got it and it's already taken? You've got to add something to it. But, I mean, you can invent a name, but as long as on the account you can see the name underneath.
I added pal on the end of mine because there's the naked life model, Helen Stevens, And who else is there? Oh, there's the sports person who comes number 1 on Google, Hitler pinched my bum. So there's quite a few Helen Stevens. So I'm Helen Stevens' pal.
Have you not knocked that Olympian off the top spot?
I have actually. Yeah, she's gone down the Google search now. But back in the day when I first put my website out, if you search for me, you got her Hitler pinched my bum.
There is a Kate Chappell who is a picture book illustrator. Which is, so I quite often get on Instagram people tagging me in my incredible book about dinosaurs and their emotions. And I'm like, do I tell you that it's not? I just ignore them. I don't repost them or anything, but it's, yeah.
I wonder if people are still sticking rigidly to those rules, post every Wednesday morning, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think people are, because there was I got excited about an Instagram account called Instagram Business Secrets or something, and they've got like content calendars and daily prompts and blah, blah. And it's, maybe if you were starting out on Instagram and you had loads of energy, you'd be well up for that, but I'm just over it.
Maybe we've just been doing it for a long time and we're talking like we're tired.
We're jaded.
Because I do think if I was starting out now, I would really be making my Instagram account look lovely. I don't know that I would pick a day of the week and post regularly to that day, but I would make sure that quite quickly I had a nice selection of images on my feed that a publisher could scroll through. Even if I put them all up over 1 week, I would make sure it looked nice.
There's something I wanted to do for the Good Ship one, the highlight stories.
Yeah.
I thought we could tidy them up and just have for every single freebie one highlight. So you just click on it. Nice
idea.
So I might do that.
Make it really clear so people can find them.
And like maybe one for each course as well. So you just go boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. I was just thinking, Katie, Tanya asked you, how do most of your customers find you? We really go into that in the business course, don't we? About how all of us get our clients, how clients find us.
Spoiler alert, it's not social media. I mean, social media is involved, but it's not the main way.
It's a mix of quite a few things, isn't it? And it's just making all of those work together. Excuse me, at this point, I've got to put another log on the fire. And this is real. This is not an AI fire, so it's going to be a bit noisy and clunky while you get the next question line.
ASMR log.
It's just see the podcast out, listening to Tanya stoking up the fire.
Tanya's even got a special log glove.
It's my Bernie hand glove.
Bernie hand glove.
Too hot.
Okay, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
And then he clapped like...